I was wondering, being an
Little story of local
alchemist, are
trouble.
you interested in buying
Kabebe. Oh,
fragments of power, perchance?
Ooh, that's a tough one because I know those are going to be expensive, but I will
Right,
always need
sorry, there's
fragments. But I
a
just
tall
haven't
gentleman behind you.
advertised it yet because I don't want to uh, run my coin purse empty quite yet.
But I'm sorry, I don't think I heard you
Well,
talk.
maybe if we speak somewhere a little more quiet, we can come to a fair price.
I know how, I wouldn't say rare, but difficult to get them is so the pay for the rarity and then the labor. It's hard to come up with a price that's fair, I guess.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about your coin purse right now. I don't have too many of them on me at the moment, so it wouldn't break your bank. Having a steady supply in and of itself is it's valuable. It's something that you can rely on. It's something that you know that you'll be able to have. After all, you are going to be sought after by many people in Driftwood Port, if not other people from the surrounding wildlands.
You're not wrong, and a lot of the potions require them, and I know that in the future the more advanced alchemy will require a lot of them as well, so they will be heavily sought after. However, um, I find that your business would be very enriching to all of the students, both blacksmithing and alchemy. I do have a supply of them, but unless I'm going to be making a bunch of stuff for the blacksmithing, I'd rather give the chance to my students. But then it also brings up the question of I will probably have to make some, and I'm not sure how many I will need. A supply is absolutely wonderful, but it feels like if you had a little stall in both the capital and here, you'd probably make a very hefty profit. Although I know that's not your intention, it's to trade between the two.
Yes, I'm not going to be opening a stall. This is more of just a private deal, so to speak. People don't even need to know about it. And it's not going to be a big operation, so it's not like I'll be rolling in here with hundreds of them at a time. Just much smaller shipments, just to support whatever supply you do have. And if you're candid with me and sort of let me know what your prices are, I'd be happy to either match those or slightly go lower than them, as I'm just going to be a supplementary supply.
All right. I don't have a specific price for them off the top of my head. Do you have one by chance? Just to like a random ballpark number
Well,
of coin.
I mean, I don't like the prices that are being set where I'm from. And being that I don't like the prices that are set where I'm from, I'm willing to have you open negotiations. But I will say that where I'm from, the prices are far too high. They are selling them at a rate of 1 silver coin per 1 fragment, which is absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. I would never even go anywhere near something that high. That being said, we're in Driftwood Port. So, you're here to tell me what your culture is like, what your trade is like, what your supply and demand is like. What is something that would suit your needs better? And don't be afraid if you think you may offend me with an offer. So go ahead.
So if they're going to do 1 silver per fragment, I think that having it lowered to either 25 copper to 35, so for 1 silver you get 4 to 3, sounds a little bit more doable.
And see, this is exactly what I mean. This is wonderful. You're able to give me kind of a ballpark as to what your supply and demand is like here. And I think as simple as a first offer is all we need. I think 4 for a silver is agreeable. That's something that you're comfortable with?
It is. I can buy 4. I just have to go get the silver coin.
I'd be willing to sell, let's see here. I'll be willing to sell all 7 of these, as I won't be needing these this evening. If you have, you know, the appropriate coin. Obviously, take off 25% on the second grouping of 4, as I have 7, not 8.
That would be a silver and 75 copper, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I think I can swing that.
If in the future you ever wish to open negotiations again and change the price, I'm always willing to be flexible with you. But I think this is a price that works for us at this point in time.
Yes, and that's the one thing that is very finicky is as the empire grows, things will get more expensive. It will be the same here eventually when things start to prosper for us. We'll be able to pay a little bit more for goods because we'll be able to afford it. And that's just kind of how the world works.
All right, well, I must be on my way, but again, thank you for your business.
Of course, thank you.
Oh my, hello friend.
Oh, you do look familiar. How are you, Draxus?
It's been a while, how are you?
It has been some time. Thank you again for the ride aboard your vessel here. I'm well, thank you.
Yes, indeed. When I dropped you off here all that time ago, I kind of hoped you would got onto something. Except things have been a bit different for me after I left again. I suppose you could tell I've grown a bit older. I went to a land where time passed significantly quicker, but it was all in hope that I might gain full grasp of all my powers, and 30 years have passed for me. I also got married.
Oh, congratulations. It seems quite a bit has happened since we last met. That's good news.
Indeed. I have gained the rank of Archmage as well. The principal, Mistress Olivia, her office. Over here, we've got the pride and joy of the school. The classroom.
Now, people who attend here, are they naturally magically inclined, or can people who have never been magically inclined also learn here?
I do believe anyone can learn here as long as they've got the capability to learn.
This is quite the majestic seminar room.
Indeed. Well, how have you been all this time?
Well, I've been taking up work as a guard in the capital, and just sort of getting accustomed to life here.
Indeed.
Who knows, maybe I will attend a course here and learn a thing or two about magic. I'm not magically inclined at all, but I guess everyone has to start somewhere.
I never thought you would be the one to tie it down as a city guard, though.
Well, investigator, city guard, it's all encompassing.
Indeed. Well, I was actually about to head up there soon. I caught some rather curious fish I wanted to go sell.
Speaking of selling, do you know if the university would be interested in buying any fragments of power while I have them on me?
Well, how many are you selling? Because I'm always looking for some.
I'm selling 10. I know prices are pretty high up north, but I'm willing to negotiate down here, of course, for an old friend.
Well, I'm unsure of prices, but I do have, I only have 60 copper on me, unfortunately.
Well, I'd be willing to part with 3 of these for 60 copper, which is insanity up north, I know, but down here it seems like more of a fair bargain.
Yes, I'd be willing to do that price.
Alright, let me see what I have in my bag here.
I am always in need of them, however. I use them quite frequently. A silver per one, wow.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure seeing you again, and now that you know where I'm located. I also ran into another old fellow that I hadn't seen in a while. Do you remember Timir?
Yes, that's the one. I ran into him in Driftwood Port just a few days ago.
Yes, I can't put my finger on it, but did we know a group of magical folk? I guess they would have been anti-magical. I can't put my finger on it exactly, but I keep having memories of a bunch of people in the castle.
It's funny you mention that. I remember being up in the north in the snow quite often, and I've learned how to use a blade like no other, but I can't quite recall who the instructor was. I assumed it had something to do with a curse that I had at the time, but I can't quite be sure.
Yes, now I can't put my finger on it. It's almost like they were there and then gone. All I remember is there was a necromancer.
Yes, the necromancer I recall. I believe that the necromancer moved on from those lands. I don't know if these are the lands that the necromancer moved to, or if the necromancer moved somewhere else, but you and I should both keep our eyes open in our disciplines, me being directed out in the field to investigate, and you with your magical studies.